After winning 16 straight fights from the start of his career, Ibeabuchi made a big jump in competition and fought undefeated prospect David Chua for the WBC International Heavyweight title on June 7, 1997. Chua had a 27-0 record and was considered the next Mike Tyson by several experts. Prior to the fight, Chua had scored devastating knockouts against future titleist John Ruiz and Darrell Wilson. Chua also beat David Izon and future champion.
Boxing fans love skill, but they worship violence. On June 7, 1997, the ring in Sacramento, California, became a battlefield, host to one of the most ferocious heavyweight wars in history. On one side stood David Tua, a Samoan wrecking ball from New Zealand, known for his terrifying left hook and iron chin. On the other, Ike Ibeabuchi, an undefeated Nigerian powerhouse who called himself the president, whose career was just beginning to bloom. What followed was not a boxing match. It was a slugfest, a storm of fists and fury that left the crowd breathless and the record books shattered. The stakes were high. Tua was already a top contender. He'd bulldozed his way through the division with an intimidating 27-0 record. Many saw him as the next Mike Tyson, a smaller heavyweight with explosive knockout power. His left hook was the stuff of nightmares, and opponents often folded under his relentless pressure. Ibeabuchi, though less known, had the aura of danger. He was undefeated, a physical specimen with intelligence and intensity. He wasn't just strong, he was calculating. Some called him raw, others called him reckless. But what no one knew was that Ike was about to make history. From the opening bell, the pace was absurd for heavyweights. These were not your typical slow-moving giants. Tua rushed forward like a tank, trying to shorten the distance and land that lethal left hook. Ibeabuchi stood tall, throwing combinations, jabs, and uppercuts with a volume rarely seen in his division. By the end of the first round, the tone was set. This wasn't going to be a cautious chess match. It was going to be a war of attrition. What made the fight extraordinary wasn't just the power, it was the output. Ibeabuchi, the bigger man, threw an astonishing 975 punches. Tua wasn't far behind.
Claimed Chua didn't put on a good performance. He did better than his display against Moscae, but he was overwhelmed on the day by the Nigerian in a fight that ranked both of them among the finest heavyweight fighters of their generation, if not the most durable. While Chua was not precisely disgraced, a first defeat was disappointing and set his career back somewhat.
Division, Ike Ibeabuchi has arrived.
After losing to Ibeabuchi, Chua took on future champ Hasim Rahman and technical knocked out him in the 10th round.
He throws that right hand almost recklessly.
Rahman not dealing with right sluts. Rahman in trouble. And the referee says, stop the fight.
Launching more than 700. Together, they combined for 1,730 punches, a record for heavyweight boxing that still stands to this day. To put that in perspective, these weren't featherweights. These were 230-pound monsters trading bombs for 12 straight rounds. Neither man backed down. Neither man clinched excessively. It was pure action. Tua's strategy was clear. Get inside, land the hook. In round 2, he dug into Ibeabuchi's ribs with sickening body shots, then swung upstairs with terrifying intentions. He rocked like more than once. But Ibeabuchi refused a break. He responded with flurries of his own, long, snapping jabs and right hands that caught Tua as he lunged in. In round 3, Ibeabuchi began to shift the tide. He used his reach and combinations to keep Tua at bay. Every time Tua tried to bully his way inside, Ike fired back with sharp, clean punches. But Tua kept coming. His pressure never stopped. Even when he got countered, even when his head snapped back, he kept walking through fire. Round after round, the story repeated. Ike boxed, Tua brawled, and both men absorbed punishment that would have ended most fights. Tua's chin was granite. Ibeabuchi's stamina was freakish. The volume of punches was relentless. By round 6, you could see the sweat fly with every exchange. Both men were breathing hard, but neither slowed down. Tua began landing more consistently to the body. Ibeabuchi, refusing to be bullied, answered with double and triple jabs, keeping his lead hand active even as his face began to swell. In round 7, it looked like Tua might finally break through. He landed a monstrous left hook that staggered Ibeabuchi. For a brief second, Ike's legs buckled. The crowd roared. Tua surged forward with a barrage of hooks, trying to finish it. But Ibeabuchi clinched, then fired back with a vicious uppercut that bought him just enough space to survive. The fight had become a test of not just skill and toughness, but willpower. By round 9, the punishment was visible. Tua's face was puffed and bruised. Ibeabuchi's mouth bled, his left eye showing signs of damage. Yet both men stood in the pocket, trading. Tua with hooks to the body and head, Ibeabuchi with jabs, crosses, and occasional uppercut that snapped Tua's head back. Commentators were in disbelief.
In damages. He was out of the ring for 13 months before scoring a couple of wins and then crunching Bird, a future 2-time heavyweight titleist, with a devastating left hook and ending the fight just seconds later. Ibeabuchi's natural talent and potential inside the ring were eventually shadowed by mental instability and aggressive tendencies in his personal life, which sadly also marked the end of his professional boxing career after compiling an amazing record of 20-0 with 15 knockouts. Ibeabuchi's story is one of boxing's classic what-if scenarios. He possessed the physical features to become not just the world heavyweight champion, but also one of the all-time greats. His story is heartbreaking, both for the fighter and those who were harmed by his acts. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new video.